Hello, everyone. A happy Thursday to you. I hope that your day is going well. My name is Yaa'S. I welcome you to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner, and it's Thursday's Auntie Yaa'S Book Read. Hope your week is going great, and whatever is working for you, bravo. And what is not working, just pause, reflect, and reset. Don't stress yourself out. Okay, so today we are talking about a woman's dilemma, beauty or brains. Before I go further, I'll talk to you about what we do here on Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. So the page is so named because of my books, and I'll show them to you in just a second. Here they are. Reflections for a Thirsty Soul came out in 2020. So it's an inspirational book. The Beauty of a Woman's Heart is a book on women empowerment. You know, women, we nurture, we take care of everybody. Sometimes we forget ourselves. So these are just reminders for us, okay? And of course, we have Refreshing for My Weary Soul, which is a devotional. I take a passage from the Bible and I share my insights. And these can all be found on Amazon. The fourth one is Own It. It's a guide to taking responsibility and accountability for your own life journey. There are lots of times we expect people to do what we should be doing for ourselves. So this book will help you get that mindset to push. Right. And so last but not the least is my fifth book, which will be coming out this year, my Unapologetic Self, a guide to being real and living life on my own terms. In the communities in which we grow up, especially in mine, we're given scripts. You know, there's expectations of you. And so you follow these rules. They are not bad rules per se, but when you grow up, you need to find yourself, come up with your own script and live your own life, your best life at that. Okay, so that is it. So today the book read is from my first book. It came out in 2020. Oh, by the way, Own It is an Amazon International best-selling book. So I am an Amazon International best-selling author. So I wrote 4 books in a span of 3 years, well, COVID time. So that is my claim to fame. So I'm just going to read you the back cover of Reflections. And I write, we live in a fast-paced and frenzy-driven world. Go, go, go seems to be the order of the day. What do you do when life wears you down? Is your soul crying out for relief because the daily grind has left you so exhausted? Is this all there is to life, you wonder? Your soul longs for more joy, peace, serenity, calm. Taking time to focus on the important things has now become a matter of urgency. That time is now. If you are lost and cast adrift in the sea of life, look no further. Reflections for a Thirsty Soul is a book of Christian inspiration and personal reflections with life-giving affirmation and encouragement, truth, and strength. This book offers solace to the downtrodden and weary and provides renewed hope and passion to move forward and live your best life. Come find refreshment for your soul and be inspired. So today's topic is taken from pages 165 to 167 of the book, and it's Beauty and Brains Do Go Together After All. And it's the story of Esther that inspired this particular piece. So right now, what I'll do is I'm going to share to groups and then we'll come back and continue. All right. Be right with you. All right, so let's go. Basically, uh, in the book of Esther in the Bible, Esther was groomed, so she had to follow a particular script. Actually, she found herself in captivity through no choice of hers, really, because, the question that I'm asking, a woman's dilemma, beauty or brains. When you look at the story of womanhood throughout the ages, when I was growing up, I used to like reading a lot of Victorian novels, or, the English romances, Barbara Cartland, so the lords and the ladies and the dukes and duchesses and all those titled people and their lifestyle. And women were just expected, like little kids, women were expected to be seen and not heard from. So you'd have these simpering ladies, they play the piano forte or whatever it is, and they're doing their watercolors. You can't speak up too much and be show that you know anything because you don't want to put a man's nose out of joint, that kind of thing, right? So with her, even the reason why she got put in this position is there was a queen at the time, and her name was Queen Vashti. The thing about it is that this king was into his cups. There were some festivities going on, so he wanted his wife to come and parade before his friends and acquaintances to show off her beauty. Like I said, you're a woman, you have no say in what happens to you. So, of course, she did not honor that request and she got deposed. So, there was a search for a new queen. So, of course, Esther found favor with the whoever was in charge of them, and so she did her beauty treatments and she went before the king, and she was selected. But then, if she thought that she was going to have it nice and rosy or just coast along, it wasn't to happen. Haman became a threat to the Jews. So, of course, her uncle Mordecai had to alert her that this is what is going on. So, that popular phrase we quote from the Bible that you don't know if you've been put here for a time such as this. Yes. So, what I was trying to illustrate in this piece that I wrote is that, okay, she started out doing beauty treatments and all that. It came to a point that she had to be resourceful. She had to tap into her, use her brains to develop strategies to make sure she could get before the king to alert him of this impending disaster that was going to befall her people. So then, if you are a woman, you shouldn't think that you have no value or the only thing that you have to do on this earth is to look pretty for a man, that kind of thing. Because in those times, a woman was considered a chattel. A chattel is like a personal possession. You belong to your husband. You can't do anything without his say so. But God had a plan through all the beauty treatments. Her ultimate goal or her ultimate purpose was in the deliverance of her people. So it just confirms that everybody, man, woman, child, you come on this earth, there is a purpose for you. And you shouldn't look down on yourself because of your gender. You need to be confident in yourself as God made you. Yes. And as when talking of beauty treatments, personal grooming is very important. So, Esther had to go through all that. But my take on it is that look beautiful, even do it for yourself first before you do it for any man. But mind you, there's certain men, well, they could be rich and wealthy, or who knows, and they want trophy wives, this young thing or beautiful thing on their arm. But what if someday down the line you get old? Will he look at you as a trophy? So, my thing is that you need to believe in yourself first. Never ever, if you are a female, think that your only role in life is to use your wiles to charm men. Beauty fades. What else have you got to offer? Is the question that I have for you. Right. So yeah, Esther did primp and print. We all like to look good. You can't go around looking frumpy. You need to take pride in yourself, in your appearance on that healthy. There's some women who are shallow. They may even think, um, I'll give an example. There's this celebrity in Ghana. She's very popular. So I was looking at, a post about her and people were writing all kinds of things. And one lady called the celebrity too known. In my community, when they say too known, it means you're outspoken, you're too much. They can't handle your shine, so they are trying to shut you down. And they do it a lot, especially to women. Mhm. This conversation, by the way, will continue on Saturday when we have Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner, the Facebook Live at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. It's a different topic, but it's tied into this issue of the male versus female roles and how we play it. Yeah. So this lady, as I was saying, she wrote that, somebody advised her that, why are you saying this about her? Why don't you also develop yourself and become that even more? And she said, but I'm prettier than her. So I read that and I thought to myself, that is so shallow. Why would you condemn somebody? Like, something, we need to get to the place where we feel good enough about ourselves that we allow people to be. If you have to put somebody down to feel good, there is a big problem. There is, yes. So, as I was saying, beauty or brains, my take on it is that you need both. Yeah, you need both. Yeah. You see, the beauty pageant, the preparations, this was just a stepping stone to her becoming an agent of deliverance for her people. There's societal expectations of women, the old times, and even now. It's not like, well, sometimes when you talk, people may choose to misunderstand you because we live in the diaspora and we came from communities outside of the diaspora. So they come, they listen, and they go, oh, look at her. No, no. Even in this environment, people had to fight. Women had to fight for the vote and all that. I live in the province of Alberta in Canada, Edmonton. When I go downtown, I see the statues and things of the Emily Murphys and these ladies who were fighting for voting rights for women. So there was a battle here. People had to stand up to accomplish those things. But it's 2023, and in the environment in which I come from, women are being shut down left, right, center. It's just so sad to see men sitting on social media talking trash about women instead of respecting and honoring them, because after all, you came from a woman. So, and then there's the other factor of it that, women have been put in this position in our communities. Culture and faith together can sometimes be so oppressive, and oppresses women. But I say to myself, you go to church. In the Bible, we have the Deborahs, don't we? We have the Abigails, the Naomis, Ruth, Mary, Sarah, Hagar, and others who were doing acts of, great acts of service and bravery and all that. Yeah. And so, how do you, as a woman, get off saying that, I'm only a woman, I can't do this, I can't do that? And then you visit your child with the same thing. So they become a helpless person, a helpless woman. A man is supposed to look after me and all that. Yeah. There are the traditional roles. Yeah, domestic stuff. Women can't speak up. The values in those old days were piety, purity, domesticity, and submissiveness. Look, I'm not here to bash anything. Relationships, yes, we follow the Bible, submission, and all that. But you, the man, if you love, respect, and honor your wife, it is so easy for her to submit. But a lot of times in my community, all you hear is, with these women, they don't submit, they don't do this, they don't do that, and they keep going on and on and on about it. But that same Bible says men should love their wives. Yeah, as God loved the church. I mean, there's some passage in there, I'm not quoting it word for word. It's always forgotten. It's always about the submission, because they just want to dominate. Culturally, they've been told they are the kingpins. They are the 10 gods. So everybody must worship them. They've been raised as such. So in 2023, you still find men. You know what has happened? Yes, they keep talking about, in the old days, our mothers went through this and this and that. Do you know the heartache and the pain that they went through? That was a different time. The society was more agrarian. Men married lots so they could have kids to, farm family farm and all that. But as society has developed, women have also gotten educated. So it's for both sides to look at the dynamics and make a shift. But because some of these men have refused to grow and come alongside women being empowered, or women having confidence to go out there and do things for themselves, has become a threat. If you're a woman, I'll tell you that, find yourself, know your place, okay? You can be a very smart woman, but yes, you are in a marriage, you have to know how to conduct yourself. It's give and take on both sides. You are not anybody's slave. You are not a chattel. You are not less important than the man's cow or donkey. So find yourself, get out there, do what you have to do, empower your children, especially your girl child, and also teach the men, because we need a new breed of men. Teach them they can cook for themselves, they can clean for themselves. If you don't do this work on your men, they'll become like the older generation, because they'll go out there and go make somebody's daughter's life very miserable. So, in essence, beauty and brains, they go together. You have it, you got to use it. Let's see what else it's in the passage that I can focus on. Yes, so I'll just read this last part here. I said, in conclusion, never ever sell yourself short. Whatever God has called you to do, He will give you the strength and resources to execute His purposes so that others may be blessed. Whatever the circumstances you may find yourself in, always know that He's always working behind the scenes to achieve His purpose. He does have a purpose for your life. Just be obedient in seeking out His will. I ended by saying, I hope you have been encouraged by these insights into the book of Esther. So, with that, I'll end it right here. If you're a woman, your only role is not to be a siren, be charming and, oh, I'm so pretty, oh, I'm so pretty, oh, I'm so pretty. When you hit your old age and the beauty is gone, you'll be miserable because all you focused on was that. There's other things you could be doing, impacting other people, other young ladies, men. Find yourself, grow, develop yourself. Okay? So, yes, beauty and brains. I'll end by saying it's not beauty or brains, beauty and brains. In those communities in which women are being forced to pick, if you pick your brains, oh my goodness, they ostracize you, they condemn you, they insult you. Don't go for it. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. I'm reading a very great book, an awesome book, When Strong Women Cry. I totally relate to it. It's by Gifty Auntie. She's from Ghana. And I purchased that book. And when you read those stories of women and what they've had to go through, you know that the female species is resilient. They are tenacious. They don't give up. They keep pushing. You do that too. Take care until next time. Do join us on Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard, 1 p.m. Eastern. Take care. Bye for now.